Have you applied to 500 plus jobs and still have no interviews?
Oh no!
You are not alone. I've spoken to hundreds of data professionals who are struggling to get hired. But what's the truth is that it's not just about the skills. There are deeper reasons why hiring managers aren't calling you back, and today I'm breaking it all down. Welcome to my channel. This is my first video. If you work in data and want to land a job in analytics, you are in the right place. I'm Tommaso Lucentini, data analytics recruiter working for an agency called 3Search. I help hundreds of people land jobs in this space. And on this channel, I'm gonna share all the insider tips that recruiters don't usually tell you. Now, working in marketing analytics and data myself, I hire people for my teams, and now I'm at 3Search, so I'm helping big and also growing organizations hiring data. I've helped several super well-known brands hire in their teams and build data teams from scratch. So I know a lot about data, but mostly I have a perspective that most people don't have, which is the insider information of what hiring managers think when candidates interview and when they receive CVs in front of them. So why are so many data professionals struggling to the job right now? Well, there are several problems. Problem number one, the market has shifted. A couple of years ago, data jobs were booming, companies were desperate for talent, but now things have changed a little bit. Hiring is slower, companies are more selective, competition is tougher than ever, and this is just the tip of the iceberg. Problem number two, the perfect candidate myth. Hiring managers are looking for unicorns. They want somebody who knows Python, SQL, DBT, Power BI, stakeholder management, business strategy, all while juggling with different projects and being great communicators and being super great with storytelling and so many other things that are all combined that creates this incredible data unicorn. So what's the truth? Is that most people don't tick all those boxes, and that's okay. Technically, that used to be okay. But if you don't understand how to position yourself, you keep getting overlooked. Problem number three, job applications that go nowhere. Applying to 100 jobs on LinkedIn isn't really a strategy. It used to be great, but now it's a graveyard for CVs. If you're doing this, you're likely getting ghosted, and I can explain exactly what the best strategy is in a second. Although, let's talk about the three biggest reasons that hiring managers use not to give you a call. One is your CV. It's not ATS friendly. Most companies use an ATS, which is an applicant tracking system, to scan CVs. And if your CV is not formatted perfectly or really well, it gets auto-rejected before even a human can see it, whether it's a hiring manager or talent. Fix this by using simple formatting, including relevant keywords, and avoid images, fancy designs, especially if you're in the UK. Number two, you're applying for roles that are not a right match for you. You're applying for LinkedIn and you're waiting for a call, right? So that's what everybody else is doing. But the best jobs are usually not posted publicly, but also you're applying maybe for the wrong jobs. So fix this by, first of all, seeing where you are with your career. Talk to a specialist recruiter that is used to speaking to people within the data space and has eyes and ears in the market and can give you tips on where you can stand and which kind of roles you can apply to. Therefore, you can nail the strategy and apply for the right roles at the right time. But then lastly, you need to connect with people that are within the organization. They can give you a good recommendation, or whether it's a hiring manager that you want to contact directly, because maybe he's not going to see your CV because you're getting rejected by HR. And problem number three, you're not positioning yourself in the right place. You talk too much about technical skills. You don't highlight the actual projects you worked on. People don't understand what you worked on, the business impact you had. For example, instead of saying, I use SQL to analyze data, say, I use SQL to analyze customer behavior, which led to 10% conversion rate increase. And hiring managers care about results, not just the tools. They care about personality. They care about the problems you solved. So what does actually work? How do you start getting interview calls? Let's get into that. First point is build a strong CV. Make sure it's ATS friendly. Keep the formatting simple, use keywords, and make it results focused. Remember, tailor it to every job. Don't just spam CVs anywhere. And there's a fine balance between tailoring the CV for every job and changing everything and not doing it at all. There's a middle ground that you should get used to, and you should create CVs that are good for example, customer analyst roles or marketing analyst roles. And you just focus on that aspect without necessarily writing about everything you've done in your life. Step number two, stop applying to jobs only and start networking. 80% or more of data jobs are filled through networking. And then just at 20% of roles get posted online, and imagine what? They are in a super high competition and there are a lot of people applying for them, and therefore it's really hard to find those roles and to get hired. So engage on LinkedIn, join data communities, go to networking events, meet people, and try to make sure that you have a personal connection within a company that can sponsor you. People you worked with in the past, and just try to understand who are the people that you can talk to. And then we can dig a lot deeper into that, but step number 3 is the interview. Hiring managers don't want to hear about how good you are with SQL, with Python. There will be tests that are good to explain to hiring managers how good you are. But during an interview, you should focus on storytelling. You should focus on be clear in explaining what you can do, what you've done before, how your experience that you've had before is relevant to the job, and how you can help the hiring manager, the future boss you have, to solve problems. You can say, for example, I built a Tableau dashboard that tracked marketing metrics and helped my team optimize marketing spend. I didn't just create dashboards, but I also went to talk to marketing teams, understand the problems they had, and therefore explain what they needed to see in data to find a solution. And there are so many things that we should cover, but for now, what I want you to get away from with this video is just to understand that the market is tough. Maybe there's nothing you're doing wrong, that you can adjust some things, some finer details, but what I want you to know is that the market is really competitive. We can talk about whether it makes sense to stay in data. AI changed pretty much everything, so stay tuned. Keep watching the videos and please click subscribe, and this will help a lot. And I will get a lot more technical on CVs and a lot more technical on hiring managers and what they're looking for, interviews, state of the market, new tools, and so much more. So thanks for watching the video and see you in the next video.